Laudetur Jesus Christus. Praised be Jesus Christ. We're coming to you on this 33rd Sunday of Ordinary Time from St. Peter's Square in Rome. It's just about noon, and we're waiting for our Holy Father to come to the window of the Apostolic Palace, where he will deliver his Angelus message and pronounce the Angelus with us. On behalf of Vatican Media, I'm Sister Bernadette, and it's my pleasure to be able to provide the English texts and translations for you today. A warm welcome to all of you tuning in through various Vatican Media channels, the Vatican News web portal, our Facebook Live feed or YouTube channel, or the two apps, the Vatican News or Vatican Radio app. And we have television viewers out there. Thanks to our media partners, Catholic TV, EWTN, Salt and Light TV, at Madarshan TV, Catholic Faith Network, Shalom World Television Networks, and Shalom TV India for making this broadcast possible for you to tune into. And a warm welcome to all of you tuning in through radio, especially through Luminous Radio, and we know many others are joining through other local radio stations picking up this broadcast. Today we're also observing the 5th World Day of the Poor. Our Holy Father celebrated Mass in St. Peter's, in which about 2,000 people participated, either poor people themselves or those who minister to them. And as they exited, they were given a hot lunch to take with them. In past years before COVID, they would go into St. Paul VI Hall and dine there, but that's no longer possible. You may soon be seeing the logo for this year's World Day of the Poor. And that logo, which is on the facade of St. Peter's right now, depicts an open door, and there are two people standing on the threshold. Both of them have their hands outstretched, but it's not clear which one is asking for help and which one is receiving help. And so that logo helps us try to put ourselves there, ready to both give and receive. The curtain now being drawn back, our Holy Father now coming to the window. Greeting the crowds below, who respond with applause as you hear, and now we listen to the words of our Holy Father.
Cari fratelli e sorelle, buongiorno.
Dear brothers and sisters, buongiorno. This Sunday's Gospel passage opens with a phrase of Jesus that leaves us astonished. The sun will be darkened, and the moon will not give its light, and the stars will be falling from heaven. But what now? Even the Lord was a doomsdayer? No, this is certainly not his intention. He wants us to understand that sooner or later, everything in this world passes. Even the sun, the moon, and the stars that make up the firmament, a word that indicates firmness, stability, are destined to pass away. In the end, though, Jesus also says what does not fall. Heaven and earth will pass away, he says, but my words will not pass away. The Lord's words do not pass away. He makes a distinction between the penultimate things which pass and the ultimate things that remain. It's a message for us to guide us in the important decisions in life. To guide us toward what is worth investing our lives in something transitory or in the words of the Lord that remain forever. Obviously on these, but it's not easy. Indeed, the things that come before our senses and give us immediate satisfaction attract us, while the words of the Lord, even though they're beautiful, go beyond the immediate and require patience. We're tempted to cling to what we see and touch and what seems safer to us. This is human. It's a temptation, but it's a deception, because heaven and earth will pass away, but my words will not pass away. So here is the invitation, not to build our lives on sand. When someone builds a house, they dig deep and lay a solid foundation. Only a fool would say that money would be wasted on something that cannot be seen. According to Jesus, the faithful disciple is the one who founds his life on the rock, which is his word, which never passes, on the firmness, the stability of Jesus' word. This is the foundation of the life that Jesus wants of us, and that will never pass away. And now there's always a question, right? When we read the Word of God, we need to ask questions. What is the center? What is the beating heart of the Word of God? In short, what is it that gives solidity to life and will never end? St. Paul tells us the center, precisely, the beating heart, what gives solidity is love, charity. Love never ends, Paul says. Those who do good are investing in eternity. When we see a person who is generous and helpful, meek, patient, who is not envious, does not gossip, does not brag, is not puffed up with pride, does not lack respect, this is a person who builds heaven on earth. That person may not be noticed or have a career. They're not shown on television, and yet what he or she does will not be lost, because good is never lost. Good lasts forever. And us, brothers and sisters, let's ask ourselves, what are we investing our lives in? On things that pass, such as money, success, appearance, physical well-being? We won't take any of these things with us. Are we attached to earthly things as if we will live here forever? While we're young, we have health, but then when the time for us to leave comes, we'll have to leave everything behind. The Word of God warns us today. The world will pass away, and only love will remain. To base one's life on the Word of God, therefore, is not an escape from history, but an immersion into earthly realities, in order to make them solid, to transform them with love, imprinting on them the sign of eternity, the sign of God. Here then is some advice for making important choices. When I don't know, when I need to take a definitive decision, an important decision that I want to experience God's love in, what should I do? Before deciding, let's imagine that we are standing in front of Jesus, as at the end of life, before Him who is love. And imagining ourselves there, in His presence, at the threshold of eternity, we make the decision for today. And this is how we should decide, always looking at eternity and at Jesus. It may not be the easiest, it may not be the most immediate, but it will be the right one, that's for sure. May Our Lady, may the Madonna help us to make the important choices in life as she did, according to love, according to God.
Angelus novi nunciavit Mariae. Concepit Spiritus Sancto. Ave Maria, gratia plena, Dominus tecum, benedicta tui mulieribus et benedictus fructus ventris tui, Iesus.
Sancta Maria, Mater Dei, ora pro nobis peccatoribus, nunc et in hora mortis nostre. Amen.
Ecce ancilla Domini.
Fiat mi secundum verbum tuum.
Ave Maria, gratia plena, Dominus tecum, benedicta tui mulieribus et benedictus fructus ventris tui, Iesus.
Sancta Maria, Mater Dei, ora pro nobis peccatoribus, nunc et in hora mortis nostre. Amen.
Per verbum caro factum est.
Et habitavit in nobis.
Ave Maria, gratia plena, Dominus tecum, benedicta tui mulieribus et benedictus fructus ventris tui, Iesus.
Sancta Maria, Mater Dei, ora pro nobis peccatoribus, nunc et in hora mortis nostre. Amen.
Ora pro nobis, Santa Dei Genitrix.
Ut digni efficiamur promissionibus Christi.
Grazie a Tua, in questo Domine, mentibus nostris infunde, ut che angelo nunziante, Christi Fili Tui, incarnazione coniovium, per passione meius et crucem, a resurrezione gloriam perducamur, per Christum Dominum nostrum.
Amen.
Gloria Patri et Filio et Spiritui Sancto.
Sicut erat in principio et nunc et semper, et in saecula saeculorum. Amen.
Gloria Patri et Filio et Spiritui Sancto.
Sicut erat in principio et nunc et semper, et in saecula saeculorum. Amen.
Gloria Patri et Filio et Spiritui Sancto.
Sicut erat in principio et nunc et semper, et in saecula saeculorum. Amen.
Pro fidelibus defuntis, requiem aeternam dona eis Domine.
Et lux perpetua lucet eis.
Requiescant in pace.
Amen.
Sit nomen Domini benedictum.
Ex hoc nunc et usque in saeculum.
Aiutorium nostrum in nomine Domini.
Qui fecit caelum et terram.
Benedicat vos, omnipotens Deus, Pater, et Filius, et Spiritus Sanctus. Amen. Cari fratelli e sorelle,
Dear brothers and sisters,
oggi celebriamo
today we celebrate the 5th World Day of the Poor,
nata come frutto del Giubileo della
born
Misericordia.
out of as a fruit of the Jubilee of Mercy. Today's theme are Jesus' words, the poor you will always have with you.
Ed è vero,
And this is true.
L'umanità progredisce,
Humanity
l'umanità si
progresses,
sviluppa,
humanity develops itself, but the
sono
poor
sempre con noi,
are always
sempre
with
ci
us.
sono.
They will always
E
be
in
with
loro
us.
è
And
presente Cristo.
in them,
Nel
Christ
povero
is
è
present.
presente Cristo.
Christ is present in the poor.
L'altro ieri ad
The other
Assisi
day in Assisi,
abbiamo vissuto un momento
we
forte
we
di
experienced a strong moment of witness and
testimonianza.
prayer
Vi invito a riprendere.
that I invite you to go back and take a look at. It would be good to do this. We pray. There are many initiatives that have been organized in various dioceses and parishes throughout the world. The cry of the poor, united with the cry of the earth, has resounded in these past days on the summit COP26 on climatic change in Glasgow. I encourage the government leaders to act quickly, courageously, and with far-sighted vision, and at the same time, I invite all people of goodwill to exercise an active citizenship for the care of the common home. And for this reason, today on the World Day of Poor, people can sign up at a new web platform, Laudato Si. Also, today is World Day of Diabetes, a chronic illness that afflicts many people, even young babies. I pray for all of them and for all those who share their difficulties every day, especially healthcare workers and the volunteers who assist them. And now, I greet all of you, members of the faithful of Rome and pilgrims from various countries. I see a lot of flags out there. In particular, I greet those who have come from Spain and from Poland. I greet the Scout group from Palestrina and the faithful from the parish of St. Timothy in Rome and from a parish in Bozzolo. To all of you, I wish a good Sunday. I hope you have a good Sunday. Please do not forget to pray for me. Enjoy your lunch, and we'll see each other again. Those signature words of Pope Francis as he takes leave of us on this Sunday afternoon on which the Church is celebrating the World Day of the Poor. You might want to check what your own parish or diocese is doing in your area to know how you might be able to do something concrete in response to the Pope's call. This now brings this live broadcast of the weekly Angelus message of our Holy Father and Apostolic Blessing to an end. You can find full coverage of both today's liturgy celebrated by the Pope and his Angelus on the various Vatican channels, the web portal, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter accounts. And we'll be back on Wednesday morning just after 9 o'clock. That's European time. Our Holy Father will once again be present for his weekly general audience. He'll be announcing a new series of catechesis, so you're going to want to tune in for that. I'd also like to once again thank our media partners who've made this transmission possible: Catholic TV, EWTN, Sultan Light TV at Madarshan TV, Catholic Faith Network, Shalom World Television Networks, Shalom TV India, and Luminous Radio, as well as our in-house technicians for making this broadcast possible. Laudetur Jesus Christus. Praised be Jesus Christ.